Hey folks, welcome back. This is your Week 8 NFL picks for this slate of games. Every team is in action this week. No teams on the bye whatsoever. Last week we went an awful 4-9. We got demolished, and that was straight up. It would have been even worse against the spread. So that brings us to 60 and 46, 60 correct and 46 lost this season. Still better than 500. So we'll take our lumps and move on. Tonight actually brings us Tampa Bay at Buffalo. I've bet against Buffalo at my own peril a couple of times this year, and I have to go with Buffalo again tonight. Being a fan of the Dolphins, they're in the same division as the Dolphins, but they're just too strong at home. I cannot see them losing. Now the line on this thing is 9.5, which is really fat, and the over/under is 43.5. So they're expecting the Bills to win big. Not a whole ton of scoring in this one, at least they're predicting. So I'm gonna go with the Bills, but I could see it being a touchdown win for them. So I'm gonna go with the Bills on that one. And then Sunday's games, they bring us the Rams at the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored by 6 in this one, over under 45.5. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Cowboys here. Cowboys are strong at home. Rams are. With the over-under here of 45.5, I don't see the Rams being able to overcome that that raucous crowd in Dallas. And we've seen Dallas just dominate at home. So I'm going to go with Dallas on that one. And then we've got Minnesota at Green Bay. This one's tough. Minnesota's favored by 1.5. Green Bay is at home. They are expecting a total over/under of 42 in this one. I'm going to go ahead and go with the road team here. I'm going to call it and say that Minnesota is going to be able to prevail in this one. I don't believe in Jordan Love, and he doesn't really have much in the way of weapons right now anyway. So even though they're at home, I'm going to go with Minnesota on that one. Atlanta at Tennessee. This is another toughie. Atlanta doesn't travel well though, so over/under is 35.5. They're really not expecting much scoring here, and Atlanta's actually favored. Yes, correct. Atlanta's favored by 2.5 in this one. I'm going to go with the upset call and take Tennessee here. I think Tennessee will prevail at home against the non-traveling well Atlanta Falcons. And then we have the New Orleans Saints at the Indianapolis Colts. The line here is even, so I'm going to go with my old teachings that I learned a long time ago. That is that when you have an even line like that, you always go with the home team. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Indy here, even though I think New Orleans might actually prevail. I'm going to go with the home team and go with the conventional wisdom, stick with Indianapolis here. Over/under on that one is 43.5. And then the New England Patriots, who just defeated the Buffalo Bills last week in a shocker to everyone, at the Miami Dolphins this week. Over/under is 47, and Miami's favored by 9.5 in this one. This is a really fat line. I'm going to go ahead and go with my home team here. I think they will prevail. 9.5 might be a bit much. They've been saying that Tyreek Hill may or may not play. He had a hip injury or something to that effect. So if he's out, then that means Jalen Waddle's going to have to carry the load for Miami. But I do think Miami will prevail in this one. We'll go with them. Then we have the Battle of New York. New York Jets at the New York Giants. They're in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Jets are actually favored by 3 in this one as the road team, even though it's a home game for them too. But technically, the Giants are the home team here. 36.5 for the over/under. They are really expecting this to be a low-scoring game too. I'm going to go with the home team here. I'm going to call the upset and say the Giants will be able to prevail over the Jets. I believe in the Giants at home with their fans more so than I believe in Fireman Ed and the Jets fans there at the Giant Stadium. Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. This one's a toughie. I've been going back and forth on this one. Jacksonville's favored by 2.5. Pittsburgh is the over/under on this one is 41. Not expecting a whole lot of scoring in this one either, but I'm going to go with the road team here. I think Jacksonville's going to be able to pull it off. They're 5-2. Pittsburgh is looking good. They won a decisive game against the Rams in LA last week, but I think Jacksonville will be able to prevail and pull this one off. Philly at Washington, definitely going to take Philly. I went against Philly last week and picked against them when they played the Dolphins, and of course it was one of the 9 losses I had last week. So, and just a reminder, this is all for entertainment purposes only. No betting, no gambling involved whatsoever. This is all just for fun. So yeah, Philly's favored by 7. Over under in that one at 43.5. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Philly on this one. Houston at Carolina. I'm gonna go with the road team. They're favored. The Texans are favored by 3, and Carolina's just they're not good. They're a winless team. They may be at home. The over under in this one's 43.5, but I'm definitely gonna go with Houston in this one. They seem to be on the rebuild faster than was expected. And then the late games on Sunday, we've got Cleveland at Seattle. This is another toughie. Seattle is favored by 4, and the over/under is 38. Again, not expecting a whole lot of scoring. They are expecting Pete Carroll to run up and down the sideline a few thousand times, but other than that, I'm going to go with the home team here. I think Seattle will prevail with those fans, the 12th man, if you will, there in Seattle. I think that they will prevail over Cleveland, especially in cross-country trips tend not to favor for the East Coast teams. So I'm going to go with Seattle on this one. Kansas City at Denver, definitely going to take KC. They're favored by 7 over Denver. Denver is a 7-point underdog, and they over/under is 46. Definitely going to take KC in that one. Baltimore at Arizona. Baltimore's favored by 9.5. That's a lot of points for a road team. Over/under in this one's 44.5. I'm going to go with Baltimore. I don't know that they're going to cover, but I will take Baltimore in this one, trusting Lamar Miller on the road there. Cincinnati at San Francisco, a rematch of the 1982, is it, Super Bowl? I'm going to go ahead and take San Fran at home here. They're only favored by 3, so I think that's a pretty safe bet. Since he's been playing strong of late, over/under in this one is 43.5 rather. But I like San Fran at home. They have some terrific fans, and that really tends to juice up the team and the home crowd and the team. They just feed off of each other. Sunday night brings us the Bears of Chicago against the electrifying Chargers of Los Angeles. The The Chargers are favored by 8.5 in this one over the Bears. Definitely got to go with the home team here. I don't see Chicago prevailing on the road, although they did defeat the Raiders last week. That's what I was thinking about. The Bears did defeat the Raiders last week at home, but I don't see them doing the same thing to the Chargers, especially on the road here. Over/under 46.5, so I'm definitely going to take the Chargers. And then the Lions of Detroit and in Detroit are an 8-point favorite over the Raiders of Las Vegas. Definitely going to take the Lions here. I probably would take the points too, because Vegas just isn't that good. The coach has no idea what he's doing. He looks completely clueless out there. Giving timeouts to the opposition within last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. That's just mind-numbing as to why that would happen. 46 points is the over/under on this one. I think it'll probably go over the over/under on that one, but that's just my humble opinion. Again, all of this just for fun. We will see you again on the other side. Have a great weekend and enjoy watching, folks.